Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Now, I know that this is something a bit different, as I will usually have gameplay in the background, but this is a different kind of a video, and this series as a whole is different, so I just kind of wanted this to be more of just an audio video, nothing going on in the background too much, so I hope you don't mind. Now, once again, I'm just going to give a quick disclaimer, as I'm going to have to do from now on, since, YouTube's crap. I just want to let you all know that due to how busted YouTube is as a platform, if you really want to see these videos, please feel free to sub and hit that bell, as it's the only way to receive videos in your feed. And now that that's out of the way, I'm going to talk about something a bit different, as this isn't something like Random Rant or Whistleblower. This is something that applies to each and every one of us, and this is the distinction between wants and needs. And as you can see by the title, I tell you that wants are wants and needs are needs. Now, I need to do this to let a lot of people know, especially in modern countries, because the entitlement that I see in these people is just ridiculous. So first off, if we look logically at these two things, they explain themselves fairly well. Wants are things that are not essential, whereas needs are things that are essential, correct? But what I really want to discuss is that people, at least in modern countries, once again, they really get these things confused. Now, if we simply look at today's generation, at least in the US, as this is where I live, the amount of people that feel as if they need a new car or a piece of tech is absolutely staggering. And when offered things that are actually essential for them, such as clothes and shoes that aren't necessarily name brand, like True Religion, Adidas, Nike, Jordans, stuff like that, they claim that they'd rather have nothing. The level of ungratefulness is beyond me, that to the point where when offered literal necessities, they'd rather have nothing if it's not a name brand. Now, I don't exactly blame the younger generation, as this is just a result of I can only see what my father does. I can only do what I see my father do. And father in this case isn't necessarily limited to your, biological household father or whatever. It's all adults around you. I mean, look for example at how many adults are listening to this garbage music, right? That's literally corrupting your brain with all of this subliminal messages telling you, oh, you need to have a 5-story mansion and a Bugatti. You need to surround yourselves with all kinds of material value. It's not surprising that, the younger people would grow up feeling so entitled to wealth, entitled to sex, entitled to some kind of perfect life with absolutely zero, I mean zero sacrifice. The level of entitlement, at least in the US, once again, these kids, and I'll just be real, guys, I'm only 20, but I feel like I'm just a different freaking cloth. These people are cut from silk, and I must be cut from freaking patches, because the level of entitlement, once again, it's absolutely insane to me. When you're at a point where you're saying that you'd rather actual necessity is terrible. And once again, when you have an entire culture screaming, get this, get this, get this, it's really important. This car that's about several $1,000s. Oh yeah, you need this. It's not about getting to point A to point B. It's about showing off. Oh, this house that's about 5 stories and you're a single person. Oh yeah, get this because you need to show it off. Oh, this freaking what? Let me think of something else expensive. Oh yeah, these dresses and jackets that are $2,000. Oh yeah, get this. This is really important. And it's not. Now this video is this isn't a video of me trying to comfort people and be like, "Oh, it's okay. I understand." Encouraging this kind of behavior. What I intend to do with these series of videos is to once again wake people up. Guys, You're not necessarily this way because you want to be. Like, if any younger generation in some kind of modern country, it doesn't necessarily have to just be US, any country that, with all of this absolute cancerous media telling you, oh, get all forms of wealth and material value, and if you don't have it, then you're a loser, etc., etc. Listen to me, man. You're not this way because, like you want to be necessarily, as far as I'm concerned. You're this way because they told you from a really, really young age to be this way. They told you that in order to have a somewhat, decent life, that you need to have about like 40 acres of land, like $500 million and stuff like that. I mean, back in my high school, like they showed us this like minimalist family, right? And these people were relatively content, and they were making about what, 20,000 a year. And most people in the class were just like, "Oh, I can't do that." And it's like you look at their lifestyle just in high school, and it's like true religion jackets, about $500 pair of shoes, the new iPhone that just came out when they literally had a properly working phone. Like, because that's what society's telling them. It's telling them, hey, this new thing came out. Oh, go get it. Oh, look at these clothes. Look at what X actress or actor is wearing. We have to mimic them because they're successful. So if we mimic them, then maybe we'll be successful. So let's spend, $500 on one piece of clothing when we could have spent that on several to probably last a freaking while, in all honesty. So please, please, people, be content, whatever age you are. Like, this is an ongoing issue in all forms of like countries. Whenever some kind of country is telling you, oh, you need this, you need that, you need this, you're you're not you're not a somebody, and that's going to be a whole nother video in of itself. About, oh, you're not a somebody if you don't have this want. Oh, people who actually care about needs, oh no, they're just losers. They don't have anything. Well, no, these people are actually focusing on the important things. That's why they're necessity. That's why they're necessities, excuse me. Try to aim for contentment in life, okay? Like, you have to be prepared to make sacrifices. I know that's something like the younger generation really doesn't like. Like, why would I have to give this up? Well, that's just how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. I'd really like to tell you that you could, not have to worry about making sacrifices, but I can't sit here and lie to you. I, as a 20-year-old person, have to make sacrifices. If I want to successfully take care of certain people in my families, yeah, certain times I'm not necessarily going to be able to go out and just do whatever the heck I want to. I need to make sure that my family's taken care of. Family as in a household family. I'm not talking about, I don't have kids or anything, relax. But yeah, I'm going to need to make a sacrifice every once in a while. There are certain things that I need to fulfill in my household, etc., etc., and I'm sure that that applies to everyone. You have to make sacrifices. That's just a part of life. But what you don't need to make the sacrifice for is a freaking $500 suit or a $1,000 suit or or some freaking what $200,000 car that goes insanely fast when you're on a highway that's pretty clustered. You'll never be able to enjoy it. Why are you making that sacrifice? Because think about it. Yeah, you have to, just say, hey, oh, I'd have to skip on this thing that I really want, because once again, it's a want, that $200,000 car, that $2,000 suit, that $1,000 dress. But keep in mind that with that money that you saved, you can actually apply that to necessities. You could stock up your house with food. You can stock it up with hygiene products. You can stock it up with clothing, all kinds of things that you actually need compared to your wants. Okay? Yeah, you won't have that stupid dress or car, but think about it. That's one thing compared to several things, and several as in a good amount of several, like tons of stuff. Like, why would you waste all of this on one when you could have a lot more than one? You know, because if that one thing messes up, then look at your investment compared to what you would get back if you got many. In this modern world, guys, I really feel like we need to be a bit more appreciative of what we have. We need to stop encouraging the media to just shove these cancerous, materialistic ideologies down our throats. We need to actually catch on to this and be a bit more appreciative of what we have, and just stop believing everything we see on TVs and everything that some famous person said because they're famous. So I hope that helps you. Let's be a bit more aware of this as we continue. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's my spiel on wants and needs. I know that this is a bit different, but I do hope that you'll give this series a shot and give these kinds of videos a listen to. As always, rate the video what you think it deserves. Tell me what you would like to see in the future in the comments below. Feel free to join my amino. It will be linked in the comments. And I will see all of you in the next video. Take care.